Our original plan was to stay in Hanoi for a month and continue with our online creative work. We thought it might be an exciting place to settle for a while, experience Hanoi city life, and perhaps find our little corner where we could work and live comfortably within a few days of arriving. But after spending a few days there, we start to realize that the big city life might not be what we hoped for. We still stuck in Koh Phangan time frame, where life felt slow and more relaxed, while in Hanoi, the energy simply died up to another level. The traffic, the noise, the heat, the bright light, and the constant movement and the sheer energy of the city took some getting used to. There was tourists everywhere, but the street food was amazing. Our search for the ideal place to stay for a month was unsuccessful, so we decided to adopt our Hanoi experience and make the best of it. For me, it became the ultimate street food experience, sitting at street level on those tiny plastic chairs, eating our way through Hanoi while my wife got her coffee fix. And when it comes to coffee, she can properly name all of them in Vietnamese by now, from condensed milk coffee, hot or iced, to the famous egg coffee, and even salted coffee. We even learned how to use Grab while we were in Hanoi, which became a great way of getting around the city without having to deal with the heat, traffic, and noise ourselves. When we were exhausted from our walk exploration, it was great to simply enjoy the ride home in the comfort of an air-conditioned taxi. We stayed near Ho Kim Lake, so you might see some of our lake experience day and night from this location. Of course, we took a few of those obligatory tourist pictures. You can't really visit Hanoi without doing that. Hanoi food scene was another highlight. As evening arrived, the street came alive with wonderful Vietnamese cuisine, tiny plastic stool, and of course, Bia Hơi, the famous fresh Vietnamese beer. Tourists and locals gathered together, sitting along the busy street, enjoying food, drink, and a lively atmosphere. It was chaotic, noisy, and fascinating at the same time. Hanoi also gave my wife the opportunity to catch up with some of her old friends, which made our time there even more meaningful. But whenever we needed some peace and tranquility, we found ourselves escaping toward Hồ Tây or West Lake. Walking in that direction felt like stepping away from the intensity of Hanoi. We could find a quiet coffee shop, and funny enough, we even stumbled upon a coffee shop called Mock Cafe, the same name as our nephew. Hồ Tây or West Lake became one of our favorite places for coffee, peace, and a little escape from the chaos of central Hanoi. Since we both travel alike, shopping was never really our therapy or something we were particularly interested in. Tasting local cuisine, however, is one of my favorite pastimes. So I found myself eating, experimenting with making my own little food vlog video that, to be honest, probably only I appreciate. But those moments become a great way to capture our Hanoi food experience and create some memory along the way. Yep, I enjoyed the food experience, and yep, I ate all the food while my wife was doing all the work. Despite everything, Hanoi left us with some wonderful memory. We came with the idea of staying for a month, but as we experienced the city, we realized that it wasn't quite the environment we needed for a long-term living and concentrating on our online creative work. Perhaps it was simply the timing. After the quiet, relaxed rhythm of Koh Phangan, Hanoi felt like we had turned the volume all the way up. But that doesn't mean we didn't appreciate the city. Quite the opposite. Hanoi gave us a glimpse of how much Vietnam has changed since my last visit many years ago. The city felt vibrant, modern, energetic, and full of possibility, while still holding on to the traditional food and street culture that make Hanoi so fascinating. So, could we live here for a month? Maybe not this time, but that's the beauty of traveling. Sometimes a place doesn't have to be somewhere you want to live forever. Sometimes it's enough for a place to give you a new experience, great food, unexpected memory, and a few tourist photos, and perhaps a funny food blogger video or two. And Hanoi certainly gave us all of that.